Project Create was born from a simple idea that art could change lives. In 1994, Reverend John W. Wimberly Jr. saw a need for creative opportunities for children in his community, and what started as after-school art classes soon grew into something much bigger. From classrooms and a studio above a pizza shop to a permanent home in Anacostia, Project Create has spent 30 years opening doors to creativity for young artists across Washington, D.C. We've built studios, fostered dreams, and watched thousands of students find their voices through self-expression, discovery, and exposure to the arts. Today, Project Create is more than an arts program. It's a community, a home, and a place where art transforms lives for our students and their families. And as we look ahead, our mission remains the same: to create a space where every child and family that walks through our doors finds an inclusive and supportive community of healing and transformation through art. Welcome to Project Create.
So I was trying to establish relationships in the neighborhood and have an impact on the community. Stevens Elementary was not far from us, so I called and set up an appointment with the principal. I go over there with the idea that we could do tutoring. She says, what we need is not tutoring. What we need is to nurture the artistic heart of every person. That, Reverend Wimberly, is far more important at this point in their life than math and English. And that's what we started doing. We started paying for a teacher to come in there and teach an art class. And that's how we got started.
And these are complementary programs and workshops and sessions and materials. And after you go through the class, if it's materials left over, they let you take it home so you can continue that process of creativity. And that creation never ends.
Project Create has had a big impact over the last 30 years by providing nonprofit arts education to people in the community. Families are able to come together and meet other families, and also kids are able to meet other kids and make friends.
It's a very welcoming and warm environment in a community. You can make a lot of friends. I made a lot of friends during my time there.
Project Create is that place or that safe haven that they can come and the kids will be exposed to art, different forms of art.
So when coming to Project Create, even though, of course, there are rules and it's semi-structured, students are still able to express themselves through their music, through their acting, through their drawing and painting.
And that's actually helping them get better. And they can translate these activities that they do at Project Create, take them home, and then they're actually sharing what Project Create is doing, and that is building the communities and bringing more people to Project Create so they can benefit from those things.
The role that Project Create has played in the community has been an open, safe space where young people, and especially like young people of color, can come and do art together and learn about art.
I've seen Project Create actually build young people and go from a young person to a youth and then to an adult. And you can see the development in their creativity, the development in them as a person. And that's something that I think that is very unique about Project Create.
One of the benefits that I constantly hear from not only the students that participate, but the parents that sometimes volunteer, have their kids there, is the consistency and the care.
I have seen so many young people use that space in my classes or my groups to be able to step into more of a sense of empowerment and of being able to really express who they are.
I really enjoyed my time there, and they really played an instrumental part in my development as a teen and as a young person, and played a large part in the man I grew to be today.
And remember, I mean, there's kids that I used to go in and sit there and watch their class. They were like 7, 8 years old. They're 37 and 38 years old now. I mean, that's really important. I mean, that's the impact that Project Create has. 30-some years later, these people are now very mature, contributing members to our society.
It has been a place of refuge for people. And the good thing about what Project Create does is that they offer these different multi-level ways you can communicate through dance, film, video, anything in the arts you want to learn how to do around creative energy and things like that. You're going to find it at Project Create.
I have seen Project Create change and is evolving with the needs of the people. And one of the programs that I love to see, that I loved when I first started noticing, was they had these programs with family therapy in which the families came as a whole, created works of art, express themselves, express their feelings, and actually work not only in creativity, but also in their soul.
I've seen a lot of young people feel and just step into a sense of pride in their own creation and their own ability to create and express themselves maybe in new ways.
I grew up here, and I wish I had a program like this when I was in high school or junior high school. It kind of like a place I can just go and just be and like not have to worry about anything.
They give you ways to communicate and process what you're going through so you could be a better person, and it don't cost the community a penny.
I think a lot of people are amazed that it's free, that the programming is free. Where else does this exist?
And that's something that I think that is very unique about Project Create, because the kids can grow because they have programs at different stages and at different levels for different ages. So that allows them to not just finish a program and then they don't know where to go. I think that kind of thing is something that makes Project Create unique, and is something that we have to keep supporting.
Having Project Create, it provides a platform and a stage for people to heal using these different artistic ways to express themselves to the point where it's better than medicine.
I think that Project Create's 30th anniversary, what that symbolizes to me is that we can still have good things in this world.
I think this is something that is great. I want to encourage everyone to really support Project Create financially, share the things that they're doing, because I can't wait to see 30 more years of Project Create.
The 30th anniversary really just represents the triumph of goodwill. That's the way I would phrase it. It's a triumph of goodwill. People seeing kids that need art and saying, we're going to do this.
But what I'm telling you is that we need this. I'm glad it's here. I see it here 30 years and beyond. I see all my Afro being great, and I'm going to fall up in there in the next 30 years. Baby, you need to know it's going to be patted down on both sides, because I'm going to be there for Project Create, because Project Create that 8 was there for me.